Good morning, children. Today we will start a new chapter, that is chapter 19, our rights and duties. In this chapter, we will learn about our constitution, what are fundamental rights and fundamental duties, election commission, political parties, and the importance of voting. Today, in this session, we will study about our constitution. But before that, children, let us solve this exercise. You have certain rights and duties at home. So, children, rights in Hindi it means adhikar, and duties in Hindi it means kartavya. So, we have certain rights and duties at our home. So, what are our rights? First, to get food from our parents. Second, to provide us with a home. Third, to get clothes from our parents. And fourth, to pay our school fees. These are our rights. Now, with rights come certain duties. So, what are our duties towards our parents? First, to respect parents and the other elder members in the family, to help our parents in their work, and to pay attention to our studies. These are our duties. Now, children, let us read about our constitution. India got its independence after a long and hard struggle from the British on 15th August 1947. The immediate task before our leaders was to form a government. One of the first things they did was to make a set of rules based on which the government would run. This set of rules is known as our constitution. So, children, we all know that the Britishers ruled our country for almost 200 years and we got independence from them after a long and hard struggle. So we got our independence on 15th August 1947. So this day is celebrated as Independence Day in our country. It is also known as Swatantrata Divas. So soon after we got our independence, the first important task before all the leaders was to form a government. So they made a set of rules, and based on these rules, the government of India would run. So this set of rules is known as our constitution. So what is our constitution? Constitution is a set of rules. Based on these rules, the government function or they run. So that is our constitution. Now, the constitution was adopted on 26th January 1950. We celebrate this day as our Republic Day. Our Constitution lays down some important guiding principles that have to be followed by the leaders of our nation. The preamble, or an introduction to our Constitution, describes India as a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. What does this mean? So, children, our Constitution was adopted on 26th January 1950, and this day is celebrated as Republic Day or Gantantra Divas in our country. Now, our constitution has some very important guiding principles that the leaders of our country has to follow. So all the leaders of our country have to follow the principles which are there which is mentioned in our constitution. And children, preamble is the first page of our constitution. It is the introduction to our constitution and it describes India as a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic country. Now, what does all these terms mean? Let us read about them one by one. So, first is sovereign. This means that India is independent and not under the authority of any other country. So, children, the word sovereign, it means India is an independent nation and it is not under the authority or it is no longer under the rule of any other country. Second is socialist. This means that all the people in the country will be treated as equals. The government will not differentiate between people on the basis of their caste, color, religion, or in any other way. This is known as the principle of socialism. So, children, the word socialist it means that all the people of our country will be treated as equals, ek saman. The government will not differentiate between people based on their caste, color, religion, or in any other way. So the government cannot differentiate between any citizen. We all are equal in the eyes of law. सब एक समान है, एक बराबर है. And this principle is known as the principle of socialism. Next is secular. This means that all the people in the country would be free to follow whatever religion they want to. This is called the principle of secularism. The country has no official religion. Still, in the word secular, it means that all the people of our country are free to choose and follow whatever religion they want to. Nobody can force us to follow any one particular religion. So, this is known as the principle of secularism, and our country has no official religion. Children, some countries in the world they have Islam as their official religion, and some countries have Christianity as their official religion. But India has no official religion. Now, next is democratic. This means that all the people of our country will choose or elect their representatives who would form the government. This way of electing a government is called a democracy. So, our country is no longer ruled by kings. If the people are not happy with their elected leaders, they can be removed from their posts. So, children, this word democratic, this word means that people of our country can choose and elect their own leaders who would form the government. So, by voting through election, we can choose our leaders and they will form the government. And this way of choosing a government is known as democracy. So, what is democracy? Democracy is a situation where the citizens of a country chooses their own leaders. So, India is a democratic country where its citizens can choose their own leaders. So, our country is no longer ruled by kings, and if people are not happy with their chosen leaders, they can be removed from their posts also. Lastly, republic. This means that the head of the state is an elected person. India is headed by an elected president, unlike Britain, whose head of the state is a hereditary monarch. So, children, by republic, it means that the head of the state is an elected person and the head of the state is known as CM or Chief Minister. Now, India is headed by an elected president, and right now, the president of India is Shri Ramnath Kovind. Unlike Britain, whose head of the state is a hereditary monarch. So, children, hereditary monarch means king. So, when a state is ruled by a king or a queen, that is known as monarchy. So, Britain has a monarchy form of government where the king is the head of the state. So, children, now let us read Did you know? The Constitution of India is the longest written constitution of the world. So, the Constitution of India is the longest written constitution in the world, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the architect of the Constitution of India. So, he drafted the Constitution of India. So, children, with this, we have come to an end of today's session. So, please revise the portion that we have done today. And in case if you have any doubts, please message me on Campus Care. Till then, children, goodbye. Thank you.